I realized that as fun as shooting cannonballs and doing jump boosts is, if you can't actually shoot things and blow them up, what's the point? So let's start blasting on day 61 of being laid off from my job and pursuing my dream of being a full-time game dev. The first thing I did was convert a test interface I had into an eye damageable interface with a function called alter HP, so when the cannonball hits something that isn't a player or the world, it checks if it implements this interface and calls the alter HP function. I actually spent an embarrassing amount of time not realizing I was using a min node and not a subtract node here, which you saw if you were watching my live stream. 15 minus 5 is 5. Oh my good lord. But after that little oopsie daisy, it started working. And yes, you heard that right, I was live on both YouTube and Twitch, and if that sounds interesting to you or something you want to catch, you can find me live at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. After that, I needed to turn aiming down sights into a gameplay ability, which actually prompted our first secondary ability. As a reminder, to keep things dynamic, when the player hits the primary button, it calls the primary ability of the equipped item. And the same idea goes for additional abilities, like secondary or tertiary. To avoid hard coding in ADS state, I made a gameplay ability and tagged it as the secondary ability, like I was saying. This also prompted a small rework on both the item data structure and how I am granting abilities. Since ADS is something you want to hold, I need to keep track of the input ID so that when I release the button, I can end the correct ability. This is the same idea as sprinting, but this is more involved since these are being granted and removed dynamically and not an innate ability the player can do. So to compensate this, I added 2 new ability inputs into the input ID enum, primary, and secondary. And instead of just an array of gameplay abilities to grant, I made a new struct that holds an ability and the ID to tie to it. So now when I grant the abilities, I also tie the ID to them. So now I can use ADS as a second ability, and it works just as before. That'll wrap up day 61. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.